Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. This is the Everything Buckeye Nation show. I'm your host, Jake Smith. With me, as always, that's Corey Boyd. How we doing tonight? Let me know in the comments section. The Buckeyes are 6-0. I'm feeling pretty good, Corey. I don't know, man. We've got our NFL team struggling right now, but at least we'll always have the Buckeyes.
Yeah, man. We'll always have the Buckeyes, you know. Everybody that's watching our page is still in handcuffs, you know, still restricted. But we're going to do what we can do to get you the fan coverage of the Buckeyes the best way that we know how, the best way that we can do it. Thanks for sticking with us. We love you guys.
Want to get to some folks in the comments section here. Appreciate everybody watching, coming in hot. Lee Travis. Of course, Travis Napper. I believe that's the Perfect 10 Sports Show over on YouTube. Give him a shout out. Alejandro Lopez says, what's up? Alejandro, man, if you're watching, I don't know what's going on with your Braves right now, man, but that's a shame to see, I must say. Clyde Boyd in here. Rob Costello says, ready to play Wisconsin already. Clinton Master says, OH-IO and plant that flag. Hashtag sorry Corey. That's we'll probably
we'll get into that.
We'll have to get into that.
I think I'm gonna lose some fans on that segment, but that's okay.
David Hemphill in here. Ladies and gentlemen, they are back. Can I get a gold bucks for our favorite guys? I appreciate that, David. MJ Heil, Scott Ewing, what's up? Josh Robideau and Travis Napper again, my guy. And yeah, like Corey said, man, so Facebook, I really do wonder if Facebook has some Wolverines on their staff because, man, they are just trying to push us down. they've got some restrictions on our page because we tried to sell a t-shirt. How dare us? Last year, I mean, hell, it's been about a full year.
Key word is it was just a thought. Uh, but listen, they could be watching now. I'm gonna shut up. I'm just gonna be quiet.
We weren't even selling them. We put them out like, hey, would you guys buy this? Boom! Copyright infraction. 11 months later. And here we are with, they're just keeping us down, man. They're not letting us post a whole lot. And, well, that's okay. I guess it's just a man trying to bring us down. Maybe some Wolverine fans up there. I don't know. But we're glad to be back. Chris Hersey, a big supporter. Appreciate all the supporters, everybody watching the show. If you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate that. I can only have one screen up at once.
Yeah. I got YouTube over here. Buckeye Eagle over on YouTube says, hey, guys, love the wardrobe choices today. Shout out to Buckeye Eagle over on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and shout us out. If you subscribe to YouTube, there's no restriction over there. So we will get all the viewers possible over there. YouTube gives us the thumbs up. So if you can subscribe over to everything Buckeye Nation, we appreciate that.
Hey, man. It's a good time to be a Buckeye fan, that's for sure. Buckeyes took care of business at home against Sparty Saturday night, 34-10. I think it was good that they faced some adversity early on. It was really the first time they kind of had to play a full 60-minute game, and it wasn't even necessarily that close down. Hell, about halftime, we knew this game was over. That Sparty offense was not going to be able to score 3 touchdowns on us, and we had finally found some rhythm offensively. But I got to admit, I was a little worried early on there. Only 3-0. We get 2 turnovers and the ball inside the 25 on back-to-back possessions, and we can't do hardly anything with it. Blake Hallbeal misses a field goal, and he does make the second one, but I was a little worried there, Corey. I was a little worried Sparty came out the hungrier team, it seemed like.
I'm not going to lie. I was not worried one bit. Not at all. Now, I know some people say, how could you not be worried? Listen. Michigan State came in there thinking this is our chance. Dan Antonio, you knows he coaches those boys up to come in here. We're going to shock the world. Watch this. He game planned. We got him. And like you said, I'm glad that we had to struggle for a little bit. I don't want our first struggle to maybe be against Wisconsin or Penn State or the team. No, I'm glad it happened. We needed adversity. I'm glad Fields threw his first interception.
Me too.
Yes. Get it out the way. I don't want you to be shocked when you see the other team catch it. Ooh, what is that? A pick? Uh-oh. Now what do I do? I was happy. I wasn't worried. I'm like, we're going to get it together. We're going to turn it around. Michigan State's giving us everything they got. They're flying. They're going crazy. I forget the receiver's name who was just talking all that gibberish. Number 24, I don't forget his name. He was getting on my nerves. Like, okay, buddy. And then you can't catch a pass for the rest of the game because you're too busy talking. Yeah, shut up. But I was happy that we got a little bit of adversity. We calmed down. Now, they missed some plays, but I think they missed plays because of how our defense played. He had a play. It was a third down play where he had 2 receivers wide open. He missed the one. It was a bona fide touchdown, but I believe he was scared of the pass rush. He thought he didn't have as much time, and he just threw it scared. So, but I thought it was a good game for us to get over the adversity. And I don't think people know how good Michigan State's run defense is, and we just ran all over them.
Dude, Sparty's run defense only allows 56 rush yards per game, and we put up 323. That's literally 6 times what they give up in a game. Outrageous. I didn't see that coming. I thought we would do well, and I'm glad that Ryan Day stuck with it, because early on the run game wasn't working. Hell, nothing was working early on, but we stuck with it. We finally got that big hitter to J.K. Dobbins, my guy. I'm rocking number 2 tonight because, dude, this kid, J.K. Dobbins, he wasn't lying, man. He said last year was a failure. He went over 1,000 yards, but he said it was a failure. And he was so motivated to come out this year and prove that he is the best tailback in the country. Now, a lot of people, like myself included, were saying, look, JK, we love you. You're a great tailback. But you know who plays for Wisconsin, right? You know there's a guy down there in Georgia who's pretty damn good too, right? He is making a statement, dude. He doesn't have the touchdowns that Jonathan Taylor has, but he's got better yardage. Now, we've played one more game, but his average yards per carry is 0.1 off. And I tell you what, man, J.K. Dobbins is stepping up to the plate. And, you know what's funny? When he broke off that 67-yard touchdown run, I was really happy for him to get that big score. I love when he can hit those home runs. But when he got to about the 50, I said, oh, there's no way. He doesn't seem to have that breakaway speed, which is fine. Not all players do. But the one guy who could have made a play on him just went for the punch to punch the ball out at about the 20-yard line. Your defense is really good. If you tackle him at the 20, you might hold him to 3 or even nothing. I couldn't believe that guy just trying to punch the ball out. J.K. Dobbins too strong for that. That's a touchdown, man.
Now, here's my theory on that. First, I was just like you. Like, how could you go for the punch? What are you thinking? JK's not even that fast. What are you doing? Then I'm thinking this. Well, maybe that guy knows his own speed. Maybe he thought this is the only chance I got. I have used all my wheels to try to get JK. And me trying to tackle him, I know I ain't got the strength. I ain't got enough speed to get him. This is it. Because I'm thinking, dude, just tackle him. So I'm thinking maybe he knew his own limitations. I was giving that guy the benefit of the doubt because I thought it was the stupidest thing you could have done. Maybe he knew, I'm not going to catch this, brother. I've used everything to get this close. Let's go for a Hail Mary punch and see what happens. And he failed miserably. I'll take it.
Could be. He got his redemption. I believe that was Josiah Scott, who's an Ohio kid. And he, I believe, was the one to pick off Fields later in the game. So, you know, it is what it is there. I want to get to a few comments here. Lee Travis said, do you guys think the Wisconsin game will end up being a night game at the Shoe? I tell you what, the only reason it wouldn't be is depending on the World Series. Because Fox has the World Series, and Fox has that game slot, Ohio State, Wisconsin. A couple years ago when we hosted Penn State and Saquon Barkley took the opening kickoff for a touchdown, we ended up making a great comeback and winning the game. But that game specifically was like the biggest game in the country. Penn State was ranked 2nd. Ohio State was ranked 5th or 6th, I want to say. And it was a 3:30 kick because Fox had the World Series that night. So I think it's going to be a 3:30 kick. I would be surprised. I can't imagine it's going to be a nooner, but it might be. Fox is doing the whole big noon kickoff. Texas and Oklahoma is a nooner this weekend. So it could be. I mean, but at the same time, if Ohio State has any say in it, I wonder if they make it a 3:30 because when we take on Northwestern next Friday, that's going to be 3 night games in a row and a 4th, I don't know. So who knows? It certainly has the ramifications. I think both teams are going to be undefeated. I'm not sure if Wisconsin, I don't know if any team in the top 6 is going to lose, so Wisconsin can jump up there to make it a higher ranked matchup. But it's got all the makings of a night game, and I think it just depends on what Fox wants to do. Appreciate that comment, Lee. A lot of folks in here. Appreciate everybody. Josh says, is that Dobbins or a young Jake? I got my hair cut and shaved this week, so I look like a baby, but also with a receding hairline. So I'm not sure how that's going. When I sat down, we started the show. I was like, damn, I probably should have gotten a hat. Corey's perfected the hat look. I'm missing out.
Well, I look like LeBron under here, so I gotta rock the hat, man. I look like LeBron with no money. You can't be doing that, man. I ain't got the LeBron money though, where my hair can just come back. Like, yeah, it's there. What? Where'd you get that from? But, so.
Hey, G said LeBron's hair's growing back. Is that true?
Oh yeah, it's there. It just came back. Woo.
That's funny as hell, man. I haven't seen it. John Ola says, I still think Borland and Warner need work. What do you think about that, Corey? What did you see from our linebackers? What do you think about those guys playing back there?
Listen, man. I think Pete Werner, He has moments where I'm impressed. Tough Boyle, on the other hand, I'm not trying to be mean. I mean, I try to be as nice as I can be. You guys know I keep it real, but I'm just I don't understand, man. I just don't get it. Like the speed is not there. I mean, he is a 1990s linebacker. I maybe goal line when you know they're running up the middle, it has to be a middle run. I When I see him running in space, I just want to cry. I just want, because he's not going to get anywhere close to the ball carrier. I just don't understand. I don't know what it is, but he must have booster or something. I don't know, but every time I see him running in space, I just drop my head. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. But that's just me. What do I know?
I mean, even Sparty was kind of showing that he's not fit to play that linebacker position. I mean, it sucks, man, because you're right. If we're playing Army, or if we're playing a triple option team, like, give me Tough Borland every day, like all the time. But we don't play those teams. College football is a spread game now, and when you're a linebacker, you're gonna have to cover tailbacks and tight ends from time to time, and he just can't do it, and that's okay. Like you don't have to be the perfect player, but the coaches need to put the right players in the right situations. And I mean, 6 games in, we talked a lot all offseason, like, is Baron Browning going to do something? Because he was so highly touted. The number 1 outside linebacker in the country. Got all the size, the athleticism in the world, but just didn't come to him the first few years. Maybe that's because freaking Bill Davis was coaching. Now you got an actual good linebackers coach back there. And Baron Browning is a beast, man. He should play every snap at that middle linebacker role.
Every snap. He is this generation's linebacker. He just is. I don't understand it. Like, the best players need to play. End of story.
I'm with you, though, on Pete Werner. There are some times where I'm like, damn, that cat is good. He's obviously athletic. He can run with guys. He's also like 6'4", 235. Like, he's big, dude. And they line him up sometimes all the way back at free safety. They mix and match. He's really playing that bullet position that we thought Brendan White was going to play. He only played 17 snaps against Sparty the other night. Like, what happened to Brendan White? I don't know, but Pete Werner is doing a serviceable job, and I like him in there. I mean, you remember that hit against Nebraska?
Woo.
Holy smokes. Even Chris Fowler was like, we felt that one up here in the box.
Yeah.
I like Pete Werner. I'm a big fan, I would say. Now, I've got a lot of other guys on that defense I like more, but hey. Julie Royer says, hello from Savannah, Georgia. Hello, Julie, a supporter. Appreciate you guys.
Hey.
Travis says, I want that reporter from Game Day who interviewed Ryan Day and Fields after the Nebraska game banned from the shoe. I'm fine he threw a pick, but she threw the jinx on Fields. I don't know what you're talking about, Travis. Do you, Corey?
The when he said he didn't want to throw a pick for his whole career, that reporter?
I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I know what he's talking about, because she asked him about the pick, and he was like, well, I don't plan on throwing a pick for my entire career. I'm like, oh, well.
Oh, here we go.
I'm like, I don't think that can happen, but those are lofty goals, and then, oh, behold, interception. But like I said, I'm glad he got it out of the way, because we know it's going to happen sooner or later. You're not going to go the whole year without throwing an interception. Do you know how many ways you could throw an interception? A receiver can just throw it in the air. Antonio Callaway. Not here nor there. We're not going about there. It can get deflected by a defensive lineman. It can hit off the lineman's helmet. Who knows what can happen? So I'm just glad he got it out the way, so we're not in shock and awe if it happened in a bigger game. So I'm glad he got it out the way.
Me too. Yeah, it's almost like when you have a basketball team on like a 15, 20 game win streak right before the tournament or right before the playoffs. You almost want them to get that loss.
Yeah.
Just to kind of just get that out. You don't want any sort of streak or anything crazy going to, I don't know. You see that all the time, so I understand.
What's up, Brian McGee? Brian McGee says, how's it going? What's up, Brian?
What's up,
supporter Brian? In the room. And David Hemphill says, why is everyone saying that OSU is the best team in the nation, but our own Buckeye, Joey Galloway, has them at number 5 in the nation. Reverse psychology.
Maybe so. I heard him on the radio today. I think it was today, maybe yesterday. Galloway said, "Yeah, I've got him at 5." I don't think that he said they look complete, but right now we just don't know. And I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's funny. I do hear a lot of they haven't played anybody crowd from around the country in regards to Ohio State, but they've got according to the Sagarin rankings, however the hell you pronounce that. Ohio State has the highest strength of schedule of all the undefeated teams. So, I don't know. I mean, hey, you don't hear that on the Paul Feinbaum show. But you do hear, how do we get Alabama, Georgia, LSU, and Florida all into the playoff? Because they might as well just have their own SEC playoff at this point. I tell you what, but I don't know, man. I'm really, really happy with where this team's at. I think this bye week is at an absolute perfect time. We got lucky, man, with the bye weeks this year. It's funny. Normally you just have one, but we have 2 bye weeks this year because they started the games in August. I'm okay with it. We get an extra week of college football. The teams have 2 bye weeks, which I think is good for rest and getting guys healed up. Ohio State's played 6 games now. We have our first bye week, and it comes at a great time. Nebraska wasn't as physical as we thought it would be, but Sparty, man, they hit you hard for a full 60 minutes. Dude, Justin Fields, he got hit, the strip sack with like 5 minutes to go. Dude got worked. He got crushed on his touchdown run, and then for some reason we're up 24 and he's still in with 5 minutes to go, and he gets crushed and fumbles the ball, goes down kind of weird. I'm thinking, what is he doing in the game?
Yeah, I'm going to get to that right after a couple comments. I'm going to talk about that. Brian says, my guy Brian, Fields still has an urgency issue. Kyle says hello from Utah. And Tim says he's agreed with the bye week. And Travis says Maria Taylor is her name. She interviewed both Fields and Ryan Day. You can't ban Maria Taylor, and I just have my own reasons for that. I will leave it at that. Hey.
I like Maria Taylor.
Now, why? You're right, Jake. Why in the world of pickle sandwiches, what is that? I don't know. Was Ryan Day have Justin Fields in that game at that time, dropping back to throw the ball? Hello. I almost lost my mind. When I seen his knee, I said, I dropped to the floor. What are we doing here now? I know Ryan Day, listen, he's done some great things, but it all could have been wiped away at that moment if Fields got hurt. There was no reason for him to be in the game. The game was over. They were not winning. And to drop back and pass at that, just hand it off, young fella. Hand it off. I would have audible. No, I ain't dropping back to pass. No. We're running on this one. I'm not passing nothing. But I cringe at that because that was a hit.
I tell you, man, it's worrisome. And you know how much shit would come down on Ryan Day if Fields was hurt for the year there. Over the first 6 weeks, we look like the best team in the country, and then leave your quarterback in to pass up 24 points with 5 minutes to go, and he gets hurt. Now your season's arguably over. I mean, he would catch an awful lot of flack for that, and thank God Fields is okay. And I understand wanting Fields to get that full 60-minute experience because he hasn't yet. And what if it happens at Northwestern? What if it happens against Wisconsin? And we're down or tied, late in a ball game, and he's kind of gassed because he hasn't played that long of a game yet. Like, I understand trying to get that experience for him, but I don't know, man. That could have been very, very bad. So
run the ball. That's all I'm saying. I understand the experience. Here, take it. Come on.
Appreciate Timothy Roberts joining the show. I'm pretty behind on comments, but I appreciate everybody in here. I agree with Clinton Masters. Browning should be the starter at linebacker. Man, do you remember that sack of him coming off the edge?
Woo!
Oh my God, man.
Holy man, listen. I don't even know if you can say he was shot out of a cannon. He was shot out of something. That quarterback had no shot. I don't know what his right tackle was doing.
I know what he was doing.
Or whoever was that.
You know what Baron Browning lined up next to Chase Young.
Oh, well, there it is.
And
I was about to say it, but there it is.
Young was in the he was in the C gap, or he was in the B gap, lined up right in between the tackle and the guard. So they're both like, well, shit. The tackle makes one step to try and help him out, and there goes Baron Browning.
Whew. Man. But yeah, Baron Browning needs to be on that field. He needs to stay on the field. I'm just not down with this loyalty stuff, man. Listen, if somebody's better than you, then I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
We'll have to see how it plays out from here, but other than Borland, I mean, I'm pretty happy with everybody in their starting lineup playing their role that they're playing right now. I do think that Borland should be benched and see much less time. Browning is out-snapping him. He's getting more snaps than Borland, but it's not enough. Only other thing I noticed from the Michigan State game was we started Josh Allaby at right tackle. He played amazing against Nebraska with Brandon Bowen out, but he was just brutal the first 2 or 3 series. He was getting worked, man, and I don't know why, but the coaches made the adjustments awfully quickly to put Brandon Bowen back there at right tackle, even though he was a little dinged up. He was limping off the field. Justin Fields was limping off the field. Damon Arnett didn't play in the second half. I mean, we got some guys that are dinged up, man, that we're going to really need for this stretch run. So I like the bye week coming at this time. Get some guys healthy. Now we don't need any off the field issues on the bye week. You always got to be wary of that. But
better not.
I don't think that's going to be the case with Ryan Day. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just get the sense that Ryan Day's not going to let that happen. He's had the talks with his players. He understands. They all understand what's going on. I don't know if it's been brought up in the comments yet or not. I want to talk about Ryan Day just briefly and his commitment to this team and this program as a whole, about how he doesn't want to go anywhere else. His name popped up as a potential candidate for the Washington Redskins job. I mean, I would love a shot to be a coach someday, but I don't think I'd touch that job with a 50-foot pole.
Now you know why that came up. Who's the quarterback?
It'd be nice to reunite with Dwayne and Terry.
That's why that came up. No. You know I like me some Haskins. I don't like him that much. You stay right where you're at. No. Sorry, Dwayne. I like you. I don't like you more. I like Ohio State. No.
But, it was telling, I thought, that the reporters asked Ryan Day, and he was like, not only did he say no, but he was like, I'm not talking about that here. So don't ask me about it. Because he said, I'm not going anywhere. I want to be here for 5, 10, 20 years as long as I can, as long as they'll have me, basically. And he said, and he made a good point, because before he came to Ohio State, like when he took the job to come to Ohio State, that was his 3rd job in 3 years. He said he had to go home and tell his wife and kids, hey, we're moving again. And that's the thing we don't talk about a whole lot with coaching changes and whatnot. I mean, the families, all the kids have to go be the new kid again at school, which, I mean, it could be worse feeling, like, yeah, I'm here because my dad's a football coach. Like, that's pretty sweet. But still, like, you're taking them away from all their friends. Your wife has to go make a whole new group of friends, and that's just got to be incredibly hard on one family to move 3 times in 3 years. He's like, look, we bought a house here. It's the first house we've ever bought, and we want to be here as long as possible. We love it here. Clearly, the coaching staff loves it. I'm really happy to hear that from Ryan Day, because, he coached in the NFL a little bit, and there's some thought, I think, in any coach's mind to want to coach at the highest level at some point. I mean, even guys like Nick Saban, I heard, like Steve Spurrier, you go and get your shot in the NFL. But I don't think, I mean, it doesn't get much better to be the head coach at Ohio State. I mean, that's a top 2 job, I would say, in college football. And I mean, what's a better job in the NFL? Dallas Cowboys, maybe if the Patriots come calling for him because that's his hometown. He's in a hell of a spot, and he knows it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. A couple comments I want to see on YouTube. Todd Hahn says Buckeyes should be 3 without a tie. Timothy agrees, says what is up with ties this year is in the AP poll. And the perfect sports show says I've always hated ties. I hate to wear them, and I hate them in football. I agree. But I don't care about the AP poll. I've always said that. Show me the playoff rankings, then let me get upset. Let me get upset then if they screw us in the first playoff ranking. Then you'll see me lose my freaking mind. But I agree with you, Jake. There is, unless you're with one of the premier franchises, and I know you're a big Dallas fan, but you're never going to be the coach in Dallas. Let's just be honest. You're not the coach. Jerry Jones is the coach. All right? You're just not going to be the coach. You're not. So I wouldn't want Ryan Day going there. I don't want him going to Washington, and I love Haskins. No. What else is there? Is there anything else really good out there to go to? Well, where would you want to go instead of being at Ohio State? And that's not me being biased. Like, if you're going to go somewhere, the team sucks most of the time. Unless the owner just is tired of going to the wild card and thinks that coach will get you to the Super Bowl, the team you're going to go to is going to stink. So you want to take over a stinky NFL team with NFL players who are not going to listen to you?
Dude.
No, I'm good. Let me stay at Ohio State where they're actually going to listen to me, the kids I recruit, or go to a crappy NFL team that I'm going to have to turn around the millionaires who don't want to listen to me. Let me decide.
I tell you, man, it's like, in being the head coach at Ohio State, recruiting is far easier than pretty much anywhere else in the country. I mean, all you have to do, Ohio State recruits itself. You know what I mean? And yeah, there's going to be some top guys you miss out on here or there, but pretty much you got your pick of the crop. And that's pretty fantastic. With the way Ohio State recruits, not just the past couple years where it's been ridiculously elite since Urban Meyer got here, but for the past 25, 30 years. If you are the head coach at Ohio State, you're going to get the best players in the country, and you're going to win 75 at least percent of your games just by sleepwalking with the talent you got. It's not going to be that easy anywhere else. Obviously, the pressure is very high. But at the same time, you're getting the best players with relative ease to go up against, 4 or 5 really tough opponents each year, and that's about it. So I think where, like you said, where else would you want to go? I mean, he can sit back. He can win 10 games a year at Ohio State every year for the next 20 years and probably contend for a national title at least half of that time. I mean, this is a destination job for a reason. I don't think if he's going to look at the NFL, and he might someday, I don't think it's going to be for another 5 years, I would say at least. But yeah, I don't know. And he's creating the culture in that locker room and on that coaching staff that people don't want to leave. If you have the right culture, nobody wants to leave. Clemson is a great example. Now, I don't like Clemson or the way, I don't really like Dabo Swinney. I think he's dirty. But the culture they have there, it's a very family-oriented approach. They've lost like 4 or 5 assistant coaches since Dabo's been there. Everybody stays there. Brent Venables is the best D coordinator in college football and has been for 5 years. He could have had any number of head coaching jobs, but he loves where he's at. He's making bank, doing a great job, running his own defense. He doesn't have to oversee the whole program, and he's happy with where he's at. I look at defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley, a guy who's absolutely going to be getting multiple head coaching offers. He's a Jersey guy. I know he's been Rutgers. The job at Rutgers has been brought up in his name. No way he's taking that job. But he's like, look, I love it here. Working for Coach Day is fantastic. His kids, his wife, like it's a much more family atmosphere. Under Urban Meyer, there's the thought of family, and anybody's always welcome, but it's also like pretty uptight, I guess. If you screw up once, you're on his shit list for good. And Ryan Day doesn't seem to have that vibe to him, I guess. You've got coaches' kids running through the halls, they're toddlers. Like, it's a family environment. It's much easier. It's fun. Like, I gotta think guys want to stay there. Greg Madison said yesterday, like, the reason why people love Coach Day is he's genuine. There's nothing fake about him. Was that a shot at Jim Harbaugh? Maybe so. I like to think Greg Madison and Al Washington are coming down to coach in Columbus, and they're thinking, holy hell, this is a hell of a lot better than under khaki pants, as you like to say. Why would you want to go anywhere else? He's developing quite the culture here, man. I'm a big, big fan.
Yes, he is. He ain't going nowhere. We got a couple on YouTube. They're still talking about the college football playoff and the polls. Tim says the polls don't differ too much from the AP poll. The CF, the college football also uses preseason AP poll ranking, the strength of schedule. They've been inconsistent and use BS excuses every year. And the Perfect 10 says the OSU team last year didn't really deserve to be in the playoffs, though. He said Haskins was dynamite and the running game was starting to get going, but he said the defense would have been torched.
That's a soft spot for me. That's a fair point. Our defense was absolutely brutal last year. I do think we would have put up a hell of a better fight than Notre Dame. And I think we would have put up a better fight than Oklahoma. That being said, we didn't get the shot, so that's fine. Maybe you shouldn't lose by, 28 to friggin' Purdue? 29? So I don't get the vibe. That's the thing is, like, this team just figures things out as we go. We don't wait till halftime to make the adjustments. It's incredible. It's like a couple series in, or maybe like at the first quarter, we're noticing things aren't working anymore for that side, for the other team, because we're making the adjustments on the fly and they're working. Like, I don't see this team getting blown out. I just don't think it happens. I don't, and maybe that's, I don't know. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, like I said, we have to see, we have to watch the games play out, but I get just a different feeling. Like, if this was last year and the same thing had happened at the beginning of the game, I would have been a lot more nervous. I would have been a lot more, oh my, but first of all, because the defense just wasn't as good. And if our offense would have kept getting shut down, I'd have been like, oh my goodness. I would have been a lot more nervous. But I'm just more calm with this team. So I do agree with that. I just don't think that, especially a team we're supposed to beat, I don't think they're just going to blow us out. So I do agree with that assumption there.
I don't know. We'll see. Carrie Lynn's in here. What's up, Carrie? Appreciate you. She said she made a good point. Still mad they called that pick six back. Man, what a brutal, brutal call. What do they call it? A dangerous blindside block is what they referred to. Because they brought in the rules expert.
He picked Lynn off his jersey. That's what he did. That was terrible.
Dude, that was weak. And I tell you what else. I did not know Jordan Fuller had that kind of wheels. I mean, obviously everybody back there in the secondary's got wheels, but Jordan Fuller, man, whew, he was flying. I mean, absolutely flying. I couldn't believe it. I love having him back there. He just makes those clutch picks just to end games, man. Just to seal the deal. Jordan Fuller, he's like the eraser. I don't know what it is, but he's picked off the Wolverines twice in the past 2 years to end the game, to seal it. He did it last week against Nebraska. He did it, sealed it. This week against Michigan State, just a reminder, that's it. All right, go home. Thanks for playing. Hell of a return, too. It was like 83 yards. Can't believe they took that off the board, man.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I don't know what it was. I don't even think the rule expert knew what it was. Well, you see, by the left. Oh, shut up. That's what I wanted to say. Shut up.
What a joke that job is. Austin Merrill says, I say it a lot, boys, but we are legit, baby. I tell you what, man, this team just feels different. It feels different. I'm not as worried about different games and such. Like, there's always a game you can pick out as a trap game or a couple ones. We're going to have trouble here. I don't see that happening. Like,
I'm still worried about Northwestern. I don't know why. I still am. I'm not saying we're going to lose. I just hate playing at Northwestern. I hope they pummel them and I come in here and say, what hell, I worry for nothing. But Friday night, come on.
Well, let's talk about it. What specifically worries you about?
I just hate the way they play. Just gimmicky. Man, just drop back and play some football. Nah, we're going to quick screen to the left, quick screen to the. Come on, man. I know it's a different team. I understand that, but it's Friday, and it's Friday night too. Like, come on.
Spooky.
Yeah, man. But like I said, I could be tripping. But that's the one that still just crawls under my skin. Like, you're talking about just pick a game that's not obvious. Obviously, Wisconsin. Like, duh. Of course, we could lose that one. I'm just talking about a team that you just pick out of there that goes, ooh, maybe. That's just the team. I don't know.
See, I'm curious because now, you almost worry, are we going to overlook Northwestern because we got Wisconsin coming to town the following week? I don't know. I mean, that happens in college football. It's natural. But this team just has a different sort of focus, different sort of energy under Ryan Day, and I really hope we just come out and bring it to them early. Northwestern. I mean, it's always funky playing there. Their grass probably hadn't been cut in 6 months, dude. Everybody's way slower when you play at Northwestern. Everybody's way slower than anywhere else in college football. I don't know why. They muck it up. That's just what Northwestern does. But I really, really hope they're not overlooking them, because things could get spooky there in Evanston on a Friday night. I don't know. I mean, their offense is absolute garbage. Just terrible. They had and part of the reason why we were worried coming into the season is because we know they have an elite defense, but their quarterback play has been subpar. But they had 5-star quarterback transfer Hunter Johnson from Clemson, who couldn't beat out Trevor Lawrence, which is pretty understandable. So we're thinking, wow, this is not looking good. Not Trevor Lawrence. What's the kid's name? I just said his name. Anyways, he's the transfer, Hunter Johnson. He's a nobody. He's been playing like garbage all year. They actually benched him for the other guy behind him early on in the season, and then that guy got hurt, so it's Hunter Johnson's job now. But they can't score the ball, dude. They can't do anything. And on our defense, there's no chance they put up more than 14, and that's generous. I think the Buckeyes, I mean, it's early for a score prediction, but I think it's going to be something like 49-7.
Oh, I like it. I like that. Makes me feel a little better. We got a couple comments here. We're going to have to get into this. We're going to have to get into it. But I like Carrie's here. She says, a Clemson fan said Ohio State likes to get style points. He said Clemson has played 112 backups. She told him maybe they should learn to run up the score. Talking about the backups. Clemson is just, we'll see. But everybody keeps asking this question. What do you think about Nick Bosa and the flag plant on Baker Mayfield? Everybody's talking about it. I'm going to lose some fans here, and that's okay. I'm going to lose some fans, and that's fine. I got thick skin. It's okay. I can deal with it. I'm a big boy. I could have cared less. Now, is it because Cleveland Browns is my team? That could be it. That could. Now, if they were playing the Eagles, maybe I would have felt low. But I wasn't sad. But I wasn't happy. My team was getting beat down. So I wasn't like, whoo-hoo-hoo! Yeah! No, my team was getting his ass whooped. So I wasn't, yeah! We got what revenge did we get out of that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, my Ohio State team right now is looking pretty darn great. We're undefeated, ranked number 3. That was 2 years ago. I don't know what revenge I got out of that. Still lost. We don't get the W back. I don't see any revenge that I get out of it. I don't know what I get out of it. Nothing. The revenge is so sweet. Yes, we got him back. Still got the W. I don't see it. But maybe it's because it's my team and we was getting our ass handed to us. I mean, just beat down. So I wasn't cheering. I was like, Lord Jesus, can we get this game over with? So that's how I look at it. I don't see revenge in it. The score is not going to change. But that's how I look at it.
You know, man, I got to say, I'm with you here. I don't really care, and I might lose some fans for this either, but I don't care one bit about Baker Mayfield planting the flag in the horseshoe, all right? The problem I kind of had with it was that he did it after the Buckeyes had left the field and went into the locker room, and now that, now that the team's away, he went and did it, but I was pissed when it happened. Probably because I was pissed my team got their ass beat.
Right. Yeah, I was too, but 2 years later,
yeah, especially 2 years later. I mean, hell, 2 days after the loss, I just gained some perspective and was like, all right, obviously that wasn't ideal. But if he did that to any other blue blood college football program on their turf, I would have loved it. And I like Baker Mayfield. So I didn't hate his guts for that. I was kind of surprised that Bosa went for it. I mean, it was cool. It got everybody talking. I mean, it was good for Nick Bosa's brand, just like being him. He had a coming out party, man. He was unstoppable. Boy, imagine if he was healthy all last year and we had him and Chase Young on that. And that defense might have been a lot better.
Oh, man, listen. But you know who I respect more, though, than Baker? T.O. Man, he did it during the game. All right, listen. He said, I'm going to go to your star right after I score. Now, he got hit for it, but, hey, at least he did it right then and there. I don't even care what you going to do about it. Now, he got hit, and then he got a flag. But, hey, but to me, man, it's like, man, it is what it is. I wasn't on the internet just so happy because we got our revenge. I didn't see what revenge we got because the game is 2 years ago. But then again, my team was getting their butt whooped, so maybe that was it too. I don't know.
Maybe so. Clyde said, Jake, you sound like the announcer from that Ohio State basketball game. You gave them no chance. That is funny. Me and Corey and Clyde and my wife Laura went and saw the Buckeyes play some hoops last year, and on our way we had the game pregame show on the radio, and the guy was like, this game, the Buckeyes might win by 70. There's no chance. And we're like, damn. I mean, I know we're supposed to win, but let's give them some a little bit of props before we go in and play them. And then that team went up on us like 21-4. They went on a 21-4 run to start the game, and we're like, wonder what that guy's thinking right now. I never got to hear his thoughts after the game, but that is funny. And Carrie says, I don't know if this was mentioned, but how about Cincinnati beating UCF, Jake? I know this is the Buckeye Nation show here, but major props to my Bearcats. I tell you, man, I even got the Bearcats undershirt going right here. All right, let's go. I tell you what, man, I felt good going into the game. I felt good about the defense. Going into that game, Cincinnati played, I mean, I'm open to suggestions here, but I don't think another team this year up until Friday night, up until Michigan State on Saturday night, played Ohio State better this year than Cincinnati. FAU, no chance. Cincinnati, that was a close game early in the second quarter before things got out of hand. Indiana, no chance. Who was the Miami? Okay. Nebraska, they turned the ball over 3 times, and in the first 4 possessions, it was ugly. I thought UC played the best game against Ohio State heading into this weekend. I thought they had a great chance against UCF because they're beatable. And Cincinnati has a great defense. Sure enough, I was there. Dude, I didn't send you the pictures. I had front row seats. I was on ESPN hanging over the edge, banging on the mats to make noise. I got bruised ribs, dude. It's purple. My chest is purple from leaning over this fence, banging on these noisemakers. And I'd like to think that I was an integral part of the win because it was a tough environment to play in. Very tough. I tell you what, man, Nippert Stadium, if you guys haven't been to a game there, strongly recommend it. It was loud, man. I'm just getting my voice back. Big win for the Bearcats, and now they move up to 25 in the country. That's a hell of a win. That looks great for Ohio State. We shut them out 42-0. That's going to look really nice at the end of the season when they're talking playoffs and Cincinnati's 10-2 or 11-1 and the American Conference champion. That's going to look real nice.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little fired up there.
Hey, as you should. As you should.
Bearcats got a big one at Houston this weekend, so we'll see if they, hopefully no letdown after beating the defending national champions. And yeah, David Hemphill says them beating UCF makes us beating Cincinnati a better game for sure. Absolutely does. When Cincy's ranked in the top 20, they're sitting at 10-2, 11-1 at the end of the season. Say, damn, Ohio State dominated them. Sure did. In case we need an argument to get into the playoffs, I mean, as of now, I don't think that's a worry. I think Clemson will run the table, and they're in regardless. I don't think they look that good, man.
I wouldn't be shocked if they lose, man.
Have you watched them?
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if they lose. They should have lost against North Carolina.
Oh, my God. I'm so pissed. What a horrible play call on that two-point conversion. I love the idea to go for it.
Let's run an option. What?
You're going to test Clemson's speed
Right.
in a short area of the field? I mean, come on.
Oh.
It's a shame because you know what? If they would have lost that game, I don't think they get in. Depending on how everything else plays out. If you got an undefeated SEC champion, Big 10 champion, Big 12 champion, and then you've got a 12-1 Clemson versus a 12-1 Georgia or LSU, boy, wouldn't it be nice to put Clemson on that side of the 8-ball instead of the Buckeyes.
Right, it was beautiful.
God.
Yeah,
But they might get beat.
I don't know if it's a shoe-in. They stay undefeated. We'll see. Because they ain't been looking good at all.
They don't face a ranked opponent for the remainder of the schedule, so lucky them. Ohio State's got like 4.
Right.
And
we don't play nobody though. Remember that. We don't play.
Oh
nobody.
no, we don't. We don't play anybody,
nobody.
so we shouldn't be considered the top team in the country.
We don't play nobody.
Travis Snapper on Facebook says, since you brought it up, what do you think about Paul Feinbaum saying if Oklahoma and OSU went out and Bama and Georgia go undefeated leading up to the SEC title game, he said Clemson won't make it? If Clemson, man, see, I love that thought. I do. I really do love the thought. But I just don't see them leaving. If Clemson's undefeated, I don't see them leaving them out. They're the defending national champions. It's going to be like Florida State, okay? When Florida State won it all with Jameis in 2013. The 2014 season, Florida State was ranked number 1 the whole year, but they didn't look good. They looked just like Clemson, like they had reached the top, so they didn't have that chip on their shoulder. Jameis Winston knew he was going to be the number 1 pick in the draft, probably didn't want to get hurt. The whole year, Florida State just didn't look very good. Then they finally played a team with a pulse in Oregon in the semifinal, and they got 59 put on them. I'm not saying Clemson's going to get 59 put on them, but there is one commonality there, really 2. Defending national champions play in the ACC. Ain't nobody else in the ACC, man. So when you finally play a team with a pulse, you better buckle that chin strap a little bit tighter. I don't know. I don't see Clemson. I don't see them getting left out unless they lose one game. If they do, they don't have the strength of schedule to prove it. They haven't looked good enough all year. But hey, ESPN owns the ACC network. You know how they do with the SEC teams.
Yeah, buddy. I would love to see that Final Four, though, man. That would be a nice Final Four to see.
Would you rather us play Bama or Georgia in the Semis, because you know they're not going to pair Bama and Georgia in the semis.
Georgia.
I'd rather face Georgia too. I don't think they're. I mean, they're good, but I don't think they're that good. They just got a great offensive line and good tailbacks. Jake Fromm is not that good. I used to really like him.
I just want Justin Fields to put out his former team. That's all first.
Oh, baby. Yo, can we get a Fields versus Georgia and a Jalen Hurts versus Bama?
Yeah, that's why I want that Final Four. That's why I want it. That's what I want to see. I want to see Fields versus Georgia and Hurts versus Bama. That's what I want to see.
We deserve that.
If it can happen, that's what I want to see. Now I know, how could you want all those SEC teams? Listen, 2 teams is enough. That's fine. Cool with me. Make it happen.
I would, yeah. My preferences would be Georgia or Clemson. I'd love to get revenge on Clemson. What are we, 0-3 all time against Clemson? Something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, here's my thing when it comes to that. Like, I only want revenge if I'm playing like the same quarterback that whooped my tail. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, but then it's like, it just don't feel the same to me. I want Justin Fields to go against the team that said, you ain't even good enough to start, young man. I want him to be like, oh, this is what you could have had right here, buddy. Right here. But hey, if we play Clemson, that's cool. But listen, we gotta beat them the way they beat us. I don't want no close barn burner. Nah, I want a beat down. That's what I want. You gotta do it the same way that they did us.
That would be nice, man. I sure would love that. How about LSU also? Joe Burrow?
No, I don't want to play Joe Burrow. No,
I don't want to either. It'd be interesting though.
Good. I ain't scared, but I'm good. Because I don't want that narrative. Nah, he gonna be like, yeah, you gave me up. Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Joe Burrow looks really good, man. He looks really good. Yeah, I hope we don't have to play him, but it would be an interesting storyline. It'd be pretty cool if Joe Burrow was the one to take down Bama. I mean, hell, LSU hadn't been able to beat Bama in like 8 years or something.
Yeah.
I think they beat him in the regular season in 2011 and then had a rematch, Bama LSU, for the title, and Bama...
Oh, my God.
I can't remember, because I know LSU beat Bama like 9-6.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was in the regular season, and then Bama put it on them in the title game.
Yeah, that was a travesty.
That's what I don't want, is a SEC matchup in the title game again. It's happened too many times. I ain't about that life. Laura BP says, good point, Corey. Just changed my mind. I want to see Fields against Georgia. That would be pretty sweet.
I want it, man. That revenge narrative. Come on, man. You know if he went against Georgia, he's bringing out all the stops. You said he's better than me? Oh, okay. We'll see about that. Okay. Let's go. That's what I want to see.
That'd be great.
I wish we played them this week, to be honest with you, but we can't. We can't change the schedule, so it is what it is.
They don't want to come up here.
Right.
Man, that would be... I know we only got a couple minutes here, but that would be pretty sweet if we could get an 8-team playoff and the first rounds are home games for the higher seeds. Man, right now we're sitting at 3. I don't know who's at number 6, Oklahoma or LSU. I think LSU's at... I can't remember, but if we could get like an LSU or a Georgia or even a Bama somehow to come and play in the shoe in late November or early December, boy, wouldn't that be special? God, man.
Yeah, buddy.
That's how it should go. I'm not sure it'll ever happen, but hey.
It won't. Never.
We can wish.
Yeah, we can.
I don't see why not. Scott Ewing says he wants Clemson in the first round and Georgia in the Natty, but damn it, I want Clemson. I would be A-okay with that. Give me Clemson in the semis so we can put it on them and show them what a real team looks like, who is hungry. And, oh, man, I want to beat Dabo Swinney's ass, man. In football and with my fists as well.
Woo.
Sick of that guy, man. Already. And he's going to be around for a long time. But, see, I'm just sick. They run this backwards program. Dude, Clemson basketball got in trouble for giving money to players and stuff. They got a man on tape who says, you got to do it like the football team does it. They don't get caught. No investigations for the football team. Nothing happened. Their players taking steroids, can't play in the national title game. Unknowingly giving the players this performance-enhancing substance. But he has no idea. Oh, no, Lord, no. He plays this fake Christian. Man, I would love to beat some Clemson Tiger ass. And then if we get Georgia in the Natty, Fields versus his former team, the media would be all over that storm. Oh, man.
Oh, that would be good too. You make up some good points. Y'all make up some good points with Clemson. Y'all make up some good points. Y'all do. I'll give y'all that. But they better beat them down though. I don't want no close game. At least we won 31-9 and y'all barely beat us. So you better beat them down. Better beat them down.
Man, I don't know. But hey, that's what David says, and Laura BP agrees. Can't stand Clemson. I'm tired of them bringing up 31-0. That was embarrassing, man. That was flat out embarrassing. So I just want some payback. And I got to think we're going to get it soon, man. I mean, these young coaches, Dabo Swinney's young, Ryan Day's young, Lincoln Riley's young. If they all stay in their positions, man, it's going to be an exciting next decade or so for college football. Man, now I'm all fired up. It's the bye week. I'm going to have to go watch highlights. I don't know, man. We'll next Friday night, the Buckeyes take on Northwestern, 8:30 p.m. on Fox Sports 1. Don't get me started on the logistics of all of that, but hey, that's the next game for the Buckeyes. I'm sure Corey and I will be back with a show next week. We'll probably do something this week for supporters and whatnot, but that's all I got for tonight, Corey. You got anything over there?
Same here. Let's just kumbaya for Friday. Next Friday.
Say your prayers. God, hope it's not raining. We'll see, though, man. We'll see. Lots to get to before then. Enjoy the bye week. There's a lot of... That's the exciting thing about a Buckeye off week. Normally it sucks. But there are some fantastic games on this weekend, so enjoy that. Texas and Oklahoma is the noon game. There's a good one at 3:30. I'm struggling to remember right now, but Penn State is at Iowa Saturday night, and Florida is at LSU Saturday night. 2 night games I'll be flipping back for sure. Man, good football on. And I'm excited to see what Penn State does because they haven't really been challenged yet, and at Iowa at night is going to be really tough. I'm starting to get a little worried for that game, but I guess I'll wait and see until this weekend. But should be a good weekend of football, so enjoy the off week. We'll be back here soon. Give us a like and a share. Hopefully our ban will be lifted. It's supposed to be gone Friday, but hey, it's supposed to be gone last Friday too, so who knows.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Subscribe to our YouTube page, Everything Buckeye Nation. Follow us on Twitter as well and Instagram. We're all over the place, so give us a follow. Subscribe to the YouTube page. But that's all I got. Appreciate everybody in the comments section helping us with the show tonight. Until next time, that's Corey Boyd. I'm Jake Smith. Signing off, saying go Bucks and OH.
I-O.